This is Agit0. Step into the Grand Tour.
We have arrived at the final draw of the Grand Tour, and that is the spare room, or kind of like a workroom. So yeah, this is kind of like my favorite room, but it's still a work in progress. So we'll start with not the fancy stuff first, which oh, this is my favorite art that I've ever gotten from a con. I got from my first con, but Death Note stuff, they'll probably eventually go over there, but right now I'm slacking. But I love my cards. These are all my cards that I have. Those are random cards down there, or up there. Pokemon cards in here, and the whole stack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. And then this is a binder of Final Fantasy cards and other Final Fantasy cards. But yeah, that's the ladies' workplace. Yeah, I haven't left her much room in here, but eventually my stuff will be over here and hers will be over there. That's my Kubikiri Bocho that I made for my Suigetsu cosplay. It's huge and not fun to wear. But yeah, I want this to be like a retro kind of chill area. So I'm gonna have like old game stuff. I want a bunch of like Sonic stuff because I love Sonic. I want that like kind of all over the place. And I want to have like my retro consoles and stuff in here, but that's a work in progress. We have some card gambling aesthetic pillows and stuff, which are pretty fun. And these bowls are just sitting here. This table is a work in progress. I have a bunch of random cards in here because I want to sand this down and make it a literal card table, just with a bunch of different cards all over it. So that'll be fun. Hopefully I can get that done this summer. But we'll start with the stuff that I have finished, the fun stuff. So down here we have my magazines and such. So yeah, the Sleepy Sheep, pretty good, and it's cute. Game Informer, I love that art. I love Infamous, and Second Son is definitely my favorite. Then we have this Batman Beyond the White Knight. I love the art of this, stuff like that. But I had Will, the cartoon voice actor of Terry McGinnis, sign this, and then the artist also signed the inside. So I love his art. Met them both at my last con I was at, so that was a fun story. I have a lot of stories about this stuff. This is kind of like my fun fan stuff. So if you ever want a story about any of these cool things, let me know. But this is the rest of my comics. I'm going to have to get a new one soon because this one's almost full up. There's some spare comics over there. This is Red Hood from Gotham Knights. That game is crazy expensive. And that's a funny story too. But here we have some bigger bucks, strategy guides and such. Over here, I have this. I don't know what to write in it, but this is a replica of Deku's notebook in the beginning of My Hero. So I thought that was really cute. But yeah, over here is kind of a Dante's Inferno kind of area. If you know, or you maybe don't know, I guess. I have a weird fascination with Dante's Inferno. So I want to get as many versions of that book as I can. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but yeah. So this is also kind of standing as my Devil May Cry section as well, because, you know, Dante and Virgil being based off of Dante's Inferno characters. And I'm not sure where else to put them, but yeah, this is probably my most prized possession, a steelbook of Devil May Cry 4, signed by Johnny Young Bosch the first time I met him. That's an amazing story. But yeah, my favorite quote, "You've got a jacked up notion of fair play, pal. It's beginning to piss me off." But yeah, I love Nero, and that's the original Devil May Cry anime, the good one. And then this is a little comic. I actually haven't opened it, but it's someone's work based off of the Iliad, which is a work that Virgil originally did. So I have this over here in the Devil May Cry section. Then next we have the manga section. I have hardly finished any of these. Hey, I finished these guys though. The Jujutsu Kaisen and the Chainsaw Man, I've read those. And I think I've finished at least the first of this. But this is a manga that doesn't have an anime yet. And I just looked at the characters and I was like, man, if this became an anime, I would love to voice any of these dudes in here. But yeah, so I was gonna read it in hopes of doing that, but I've really been slacking on my voice acting stuff. But yeah, I love manga. I just don't read it enough. And then this is Scott Pilgrim manga, but Brian Lee O'Malley also made Seconds, and that's a graphic novel I rented from the library and loved the hell out of it. I actually finished that thing. It's thicker than, you know, all these mangas in here. I finished that. Are you proud? But it's really damn good. Whew. Okay. And then we have the Square section. So start off, it does have Overflow Kingdom Hearts stuff over here. Books like the Kingdom Hearts manga up in here, because I just don't have enough Kingdom Hearts space. But I originally wanted it to be as much non-Kingdom Hearts stuff as I can have. So I have the steelbook of Kingdom Hearts 3. But Life is Strange, the soundtrack, and then I believe this is like an art book. Uh-oh, did you hear that? Hey, Caddy. This is Caddy. I don't remember if I showed her on a video before or not. Hey, Caddy. It's almost dinner time. But, yeah, so this is like Life is Strange art book. And then we have some of my favorite Square characters. Neku, of course. Ace from Type 0. And Hope from Final Fantasy 13. We got some other Type 0 stuff over here. Caddy, what are you doing? We got the cards that Ace uses, but they're all the summons. So I love those. I have the manga that I usually have up here, but I was just reading it the other day. Then there's another art book, but it's kind of like shown in like a what is it, a yearbook for like class 0, so it's actually pretty cute. And then the steelbook. And there's some fun stories about this. Decidia NT had a collab with Cup Noodles, so I made sure to get all of them. And I can't bring myself to like toss them out or anything, so they're sitting up here. And then this is Neo, the World Ends With You. It was like a pre-order bonus at GameStop. It's just some magnets of pins, Rindo, and Fret. But I came in, I think I was talking about it or something, but the GameStop person was like, I respect another The World Ends With You fan, and said that he had extra of this and gave it to me. So I definitely appreciate that. Then we have the top shelf. Are you stuck? There you go, little kitty. The top shelf has Air Gear, big ol' volumes. I've read like half of that one. I really need to read more manga. But Air Gear is one of my first anime that I watched, and it also got canceled, so I really have to finish that manga to see what happens. But here are some Air Gear characters. Iki, Kazu, and this guy's name is actually Agit0. Then we have some Jujutsu Kaisen cute little guys over there. There's like a glare, but they're cute. Trust me. Then this is Yuta's sword. 3D printed, not by me. I really need a 3D printer. Then we have some Chainsaw Man characters over here that I got from mystery boxes. They're pretty cute. And then that is Agit0 back there, another, well, it's not a mystery box, but I did get the special dual wielding Agit0. I don't know why I don't have him out in front of it. And then not Agit0 over here. And then we have Android 17. Yeah, 18's the girl. I always get them mixed up, but 17 I like a lot. And then we have cute little fuzzy Junpei over here. If you know, you know. And then some Kingdom Hearts Keyblades. The Way to Dawn, one of my favorite Keyblades, and then just the original. I have them over here, but when I put them over here, I didn't realize, but with the light on, Sora's Keyblade is in the light, and Riku's Keyblade is in the dark, and I love that. So then we're getting over to the fun stuff. My big Final Fantasy 15 collection. It's usually out in the living room, but it's huge, so I needed more space. But we'll start with this. I worked at Best Buy when Final Fantasy 15 was coming out. So I got to snag this like plastic poster. And it's always the hardest thing to transport when I move because I'm afraid of it snapping and my world will just also snap. But Prompto and Noctis are going to be at my local con this year, so I'm wondering if I unpin it, find some way to transport it, and get them to sign it, because I would love all 4 of the boys to sign this, but these 2 don't really go to conventions. But yeah, that would be gorgeous. So we'll see if I get that done. But next we have a couple some art from my best friend. She did those a long time ago when she still drawed. But then this Game Informer, one of my favorite pieces of art from Final Fantasy 15. So it's a little beat up because I didn't know I was gonna keep it forever, but here it is. Then the lithograph that came in the collector's edition with these are postcards, but I have Luna down here because she needs more love. But then collector's edition has these steelbooks. I have Noctis and Prompto up front because, sorry, Gladys and Iggy, but those two are by far my favorite bros. Then we have the art. That's the box that holds the steelbooks and the art book over here. It's some gorgeous stuff. I don't want to move it because everything's standing up here very precariously. But then the most precarious of all, these two in the center. This is obviously Noctis. His ankles are whack as hell, so he cannot stand up by himself. So he has some secret black tape holding him up right now. So don't talk to him. And then this is Aranea. I made a trade with my friend that worked at GameStop. He was hardly my friend at that time, but I gave him a Squall figure. And to my unknown knowledge, he was a bunk figure and his arm fell off. But that now friend still let me keep Aranea. And he still has that guy. And we're really good friends now. But yeah, that's some quick stories about that. Then down here, the first sections of the shelf are just two anime that are super important to me. Death Note, Light Yagami has always stuck with me as a character. And I just really love the world of Death Note. It inspired me to make my own world I want to make into a game or a manga or something eventually, but for right now, this is my little shrine to Death Note. Some gorgeous art that I got from someone that has since passed away. And the actual Death Note that Kita used. Just kidding. But I also love Light Yagami's performance from the voice actor. And he will also be at that con that these guys are at. So I'm going to lose a lot of money. Well, not lose, but just rest in peace my wallet. And then cute little L back there, looking cheeky, because he knew that he knows everything. But then Yu-Gi-Oh, specifically GX, as you can see, is super important to me. Jaden Yuki is very much a comfort character for me and has stood the test of time for my many, many years of loving Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, we have a card that I got from an artist from a con of Yugi and Jaden. I pretty much just love anything cards. And this is my original deck I've had as a kid. It's not the same, but it's been this deck since I started making, since the first Jaden cards came out. I've been just updating and evolving that deck my entire life. So I think that's really cool. And then my favorite card, Flame Wingman back there, and a couple manga, because this is kind of like the fancy book room, so I have a lot of cute books around. Oh yeah, I don't think I said, but the whole Death Note manga is in that box, but I just love this art, so I have that facing out. But yeah, Flame Wingman pop figure. I don't really like pop figures, but what can you do? They don't make many Jaden or Flame Wingman figures unless they're super expensive. Then Bonds Beyond Time. Freaking love that movie, mainly because Jaden's in it. And then little Wink Rebo pop figure. Yeah. Then we get to more messy stuff. Hello, Kitty. That stuff down here is unfinished. In here is a bunch of my cards and stuff, and my caddy. But yeah, these are all my special playing cards that I want to eventually do like reviews on. So hopefully you get to see what's in there. But these are more voice actor focused. starting with Yuri, mainly. Yuri Lowenthal. But it also devolved into Naruto area because I have some really cool Naruto figures. Those are for the 25th anniversary, right? 25th, I think. But yeah, I love both of those. And then we have Sasuke story, Naruto story. We have a couple Sasuke figures, and then voice actor book made by Yuri Lowenthal and Tara Platt, which I had them both sign and write something about. So that was a cute experience. And then we also have a couple more of Yuri's games, and also Tara is in that game. And then lastly, we have Boruto and Kawak. I love them. So I have pop figures of them because there just aren't any figures of them really. And then lastly, for this area is just the voice actor overflow. I have stuff from my favorite voice actors over here. So we have some Shoto things. Meeting him was a joy. We have Chainsaw Man Denki, also voiced Rhodey in the My Hero movie. And so I got a steelbook and his signature on that. He is a joy. I will see him at every con I'm ever at because talking to him, the hours just melt away. And yeah, I mean hours because I swear we talked to him for like at least half an hour. You just want to keep talking to him. He's amazing. Then Bakugo, I met him. There's a Bakugo little card, and then Anya. I think Anya is the sweetest little character ever. I could have met her, but I didn't. But then we just have some cute Pokemon anime crossover cards here. And then another Ray Chase, Bryce Papenbrook kind of characters, and a Johnny. So yeah, just some voice actor overflow. And then we have something of Johnny. I might have him sign this. I really like that art, but we'll see. And then another thing I got signed by Yuri. I think this art is gorgeous, and he even said that too when I showed it to him. But I had him say, "This is the path I walk," because yeah, we get it, Caddy. It's almost dinner. Because this area is my recording booth. Here, do you want to go out? Here you go. I'll feed you in a minute. But yes, this is my janky recording booth in here. But yeah, obviously, whoops, I almost dropped it. Obviously, it was a closet first, but that's all good sound booths are. So I have my sweatshirts, but I have some cosplay stuff. That's a Riku hoodie. And then my Nero jacket, Yuta jacket, Vash, hopefully, Miles Morales, and then some cute other texture shirts. I love the texture of it and the art, but I'm afraid to ever wear it. And then we have just some boxes to take up space and eat sound. That's Michael Beichel. He is he's good. And then ramen. But yeah, we just have sound up there, or trying to eat sound because there's a window over there, but my microphone still finds the road. And then the same over here, some more stuffies and stuff. Then we have we have this. Caddy was too hungry, but she usually sleeps in here, which is really cute. Sometimes I'm working and she'll be sitting with me. But yeah, this is my little desk. Here's a cute little guy. He's very squishy. I forget what I named him, but I've decided to name him Audie now because he holds my headphones. That's a pet rock I've had since a child. I forget what his name is. But yeah, some just anime stuff. This is a notebook I write my auditions in. I won't show you that because I've been slacking on my auditions. Some tarot cards, water bottle, Mario Maker book because I also want to make games eventually. This is the fabled hero mat that I'll do all of my card reviews and such on because I love Jaden. And then my laptop. You just put a audio sticker on there and a Bang Zoom sticker. It sucks, but it's touchscreen, so that's neat. It can barely run Audible, so I can do voice acting stuff, which really stinks. And then this chair is huge, so I have to, like, if I want to sit in here, I have to keep this open a little bit. But when I'm actually recording, I slide this in here and try to close this as much as I can. And then just have this, you know, all closed off. Pretty neat. But then over here is the actual recording area. A while ago, I had this facing that way. But then I had a nervous breakdown because I could hear everything outside, even with my whatever. So that was fun, but I turned it around and now it's a lot better. But it's kind of tight and it's not the flow that I want, but it's all right. But yeah, my Full Metal Alchemist. It's been a while, but little mat I got from like a loot box, whatever, years and years ago. My Kawaki freaking cosplay outfit. No, Papa Minato. But this is my base of operations, my fancy little mic, and this doodad, you know, whatever. I'll put my iPad up here and read stuff, more My Hero stuff, not My Hero, Elemental Heroes, same thing. Some crappy soundproofing over here, but then we have my inspirations to try to keep going, which I need to get better at. But I have most voice actors that I've met that I really respect. I have them write something to keep me going, so I can read it and be inspired when I'm in here. And eventually, if anyone wants it, I will tell the stories behind me meeting all these people because it's really fun. But yeah, Paul Castro Jr. was my first signed thing. I didn't meet him personally, but after he signed this for me, I was like, oh yeah, I can have voice actors sign things for me. But yeah, these all have awesome stories with them that I love sharing stories. But they're very cool. I have two more in here. Naruto and Denji. But I haven't had a car, so I haven't had more frames to put up here. But then the big boy, Nero, my favorite voice actor and one of my favorite characters, Johnny Young Bosch over here. He feels kind of far away. I might retool stuff and move him closer to the actual audio thing, but I like the layout of this here. And then lastly, the My Hero display plate metal poster, which I've been accruing My Hero voice actor signatures for years now, since I first met Johnny. I've been adding on this, and I have it a hero because these guys are my hero, and it's my goal to eventually be a hero for someone else. Like, I look up to all these people and the characters they've brought life to. So that's kind of sappy, but yeah, that's my goal, and sometimes it's hard to see, especially when you don't have many voice actor friends to kind of push you forward. So I feel like I'm doing this by myself and I'm not doing great, but I don't know. I keep coming back to it, and yeah, this little recording area is definitely helpful with that. I just have to work on my mental health to keep going with it, you know? And stuff is looking up, so hopefully I'm making more videos and making more voicing acting stuff soon here. But yeah, that's the end of my grand tour. This video is way longer than the others, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching my grand tour, and thanks for taking it with me. Hopefully more to come soon of other things and other projects. So yeah, later, losers.